this is, of course, going to give me a chance to relitigate the entire water regionalization effort. And back in 1996, I put a letter on all of your desks from 1996, which was from this county, the leadership, and signed by all the different towns that are within the water
98.
regionalization. Excuse me?
98.
Oh, it was in 1998. In that year, the Utica City Council made a move, an attempt to dissolve the Mohawk Valley Water Authority and to take back what was rightfully theirs and what my grandparents and my ancestors paid for and was one of the greatest assets. Now that's neither here nor there. It could be relitigated what happened. It happened. The most important part of that letter is where they point out specifically that they have alleviated Utica's obligation to the auditorium and to the Utica Zoo. Unfortunately, what happened in that year is we had a mistake, really. It was a mistake that everyone will admit, and including the majority leader at the time would admit, that it was a mistake and it was a loophole. Automatically, the auditorium gets a rider every year. The Utica Zoo was mandated $300,000. This was 16 years ago. And that's all they were mandated. They don't get an automatic rider. Well, because it's the Utica Zoo and it's in the city of Utica, we have 29 members here that now see it as a Utica thing, and anytime a cut comes up, that's what they see as their cut. This year, originally, I was a little upset, but I understood the tough, difficult times. They asked for a 3% increase, and they asked for $25,000 for security upgrades due to the fact that last year, as we know in San Francisco, a person was killed by an animal there. Well, they're using dilapidated, outdated walkie-talkies that, quite frankly, your G.I. Joe ones that you used when you were a kid are more proficient than these things they're using up there. They did not receive that $25,000, and they only received about a 1.7% increase in their budget. And I originally was a little upset about that, but I understood. I know the county executive is in a tough situation here, and everybody can't get what they want. So I was not going to fight for that. I said, you know what? I turned to these guys over there at the zoo, and I said, this is, you guys are going to have to make do, and we'll try to find some funding somewhere else. Maybe we'll go to the Water Authority and see if they'll up their funding. And nonetheless, I come in today to find out that although given their word by the chairman and the minority leader, and the majority leader to an extent, but I won't say he gave me his word as strong as the other two, but that, you know what, the Utica Zoo is not going to be cut. I hear that they're going to get cut $45,000. That's the proposal that came out of this 3 men in a room or 4 men in a room meeting from this morning. Let me say this, that brings them down to about $315,000. Over the course of 16 years, they got a $1,000 a year increase. The animals can't live off of that. The food prices of the animals have gone up. And the people, if I sound a little mad, you're right, I am. I'm mad. And it's time that the residents of Utica get mad, get very mad, get angry, because we need leadership both at the city level, county level, state level, all the way to Washington to start fighting for Utica, because I'm sick of it. It's the last thing that has the name of Utica on it, and this is only the beginning. It's not the end. I'm going to devote my 12 months on this board to relitigating this entire thing and exposing all of what's going on and what has ruined the city of Utica. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm announcing right now. And I look forward to the next 12 months on this board. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
There's a lot of things. There's millions of dollars. An example of that is just the vacant positions alone. And this is, of course, a rough draft, and some of them are probably needed. But if you take every vacant position in the county budget right now, it's $2,526,067, which equates to a 4.68% decrease in the property tax levy alone. So there's millions there. You got the millions that he's talking about. You got a collection of the cigarette tax or whatever that's going on in that, and that's an important issue to these guys in their districts. And that's all the more reason I would say to them, that's why I'm so dumbfounded that you guys are nitpicking at $45,000 for some animals that are trying to eat up there at the zoo. And we got millions of dollars in issues. We got state leaders that are failing us. We got leaders down in Albany or Washington that are failing us. We got unfunded mandates. We got all these big problems. And that's our answer to turn around and make some animals starve? That's the answer to our problems? That's an easy way out. I'm here to tackle the big issues, and I feel for Chad, and I stand behind you on that. I just wish you would,
please reconsider your vote. What you're going to talk about running.
Hold on.
Let me say this too. If he feels, if anyone feels this way, I would say this, that letter addresses something that I told you in 1998, that the Utica City Council at that time had wanted to take back the water. I think the overwhelming majority of Utica residents would agree with that. They still have, I know my mother personally, who's apolitical 100%, still has a pit in her stomach because it was forced down her throat without a referendum. I would say this then, if people feel that way, how about the county changes its stance from that letter, which states that it's totally against absolving and giving back Utica all of its stuff. Change your stance, give us back our water, give us back our zoo, and give us back our auditorium. We'll take care of it.
Good.
We'll take the water authority back. We'll take the revenues. We'll take what our family and our generation goes.
And you know what? I'll agree with
Sir,
you. Get Utica to do it first. That's all. Get Utica to do it first.
Sir, thank you.
Sure.
The council wanted that water back then. The county took you were on the board then.
Absolutely.
Took the strong stance that they were against the council doing that. So if your word is true today, I would say, and I would talk to the city administration and the council, I'm sure would embrace it, taking back their water and taking back their zoo and taking back their auditorium, if it's not going to be taken care of under the agreement of the regionalization plan. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.